Enough. A.J. Brown trying to get from the Browns to Brown.
Yeah.
A.J. Brown, the Titans receiver, second rounder from Ole Miss. He and DK Metcalf coming out of Mississippi the same damn year, the same damn time, in the same damn round, round 2. How did everybody miss on both of these guys as first rounders? Hey, Patriots, you took N'Keal Harry. A.J. Brown and DK Metcalf were just waiting to be snatched by any NFL team. So the Titans got A.J. Brown. They're very happy with A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown's not happy with his contract. So he's not there for the start of the offseason program. Voluntary. It's lifting and running, folks.
Yeah, big
He doesn't
deal.
show up for
Relax.
the lifting and running. Look at A.J. Brown. He's done plenty of lifting and running. He'll be fine doing it on his own for a little while. But what happens? A.J. Brown goes to Twitter. He's already being called a diva and a bad teammate by all the haters out there. And don't get, look, it's so funny when we talked the other day about the Deebo Samuel death threats and the racist comments he was getting. I saw some folks saying, oh, these aren't real 49ers fans. Real 49ers fans. But get the hell out of here with that. That's how the realest fans are. They want to protect their fandom.
Yeah.
They want their players to be there. They're irrational. Fan is short for fanatic. So yes, if people are making death threats to Deebo Samuel, they are 49ers fanatics, at least some of them. And if people are calling A.J. Brown a diva and a bad teammate, they are Titans fanatics. That's how it works. They're obsessed with everything being in place. And I understand it.
Yeah.
Right? You want all your guys healthy, you want all your guys happy. And if they're unhappy, there's this knee-jerk belief, it's your fault, player. You're being greedy. You're being, wait for it, Chris, selfish.
Yeah, it is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Let's try to put it in context for people. I mean, here we got a guy, you talked about it, he's a physical freak. He's, first off, in shape, and I don't think this is the kind of guy that just goes sits on the couch and eats Doritos for a living. He loves it. He likes working out. Everything you hear that way, this is his pride and joy. All right, so now, I mean, A.J. Brown, I don't think anybody with their right mind would look at A.J. Brown or watch football the last 2 years and go, that's not one of the best receivers in football. I'm not saying he's the number one, but like we talk about a lot in the conversation, right, Mike? I think we could go around the NFL and reasonable minds and people that way, and head coaches would go, hey, A.J. Brown, he's my pick, or whatever. He's right there. He's making $4 million a year. Okay? It's absolutely ridiculous for a guy like A.J. Brown to be making $4 million a year, and I'm getting back to it here just because I got some things pulled up on the computer. And then you have guys where, again, DeAndre Hopkins, $27 million a year. I know it's a funny number, average salary. I'm just going off of that, right, Mike, for the conversation's sake. I'm taking A.J. Brown over DeAndre Hopkins every day of the week, and I think DeAndre Hopkins is awesome. I'm also taking him over Devontae Adams as well. I'm sorry, Devontae Adams is a great football player. He can't do what A.J. Brown can do. He can't catch slants and then break 7 tackles and run up the sideline for 80 yards and do all that stuff. He can't just run by you for go-route touchdowns and beat you on 50-yard bombs. So he has every right, let alone like Deebo Samuel, Mike, we talked about. He plays a physical brand of football. And he does everything right. So it's time. The time is now. And some of these fans just need to shut up.
Yeah, look, they'll get the deal done. This is a very basic exercise in exerting the leverage that you have. This is how it works. You don't have to do it. You're not doing it. It's voluntary. You're not volunteering to be there until they get you taken care of properly. We'll see that throughout the league this year and every year. So, folks, let's not get mad at guys who are trying to secure their financial future and get fair return for what their football present is. You get maybe 2 opportunities, if you're lucky, to cash in during the course of an NFL career. Maybe. The original contract doesn't matter unless you're the first or second guy taken. When you're a second-round pick, you're slotted. You're not getting horrible money, but it's not nearly as good as people think. I mean, everybody thinks that, like, football players, the money's falling from the sky and life is easy and yada yada. That's baloney. That's baloney. So, I mean, you could die, as Chris almost found out in 2006. Maybe that's what happened to your filter. Maybe your filter is right next to your spleen in whatever jar that thing got stuck in. But But I digress. Let's understand that these are the guys that you tune in to watch. These are the guys who are the best of the very best. I had someone try to argue to me recently, back in 1987, there was a strike and they replaced the NFL players and they were wearing the same uniforms and we would have gotten used to it. No, you wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't. It sucked. I was watching. I was 7
No.
and it sucked.
No.
I remember watching.
Where's my dad? So, no, these are the best of the best. This is why we tune in. And, yes, the NFL wouldn't be there if the owners hadn't created the teams and founded the teams and owned the teams and have the stadiums and the structure. It's not easy to do. But at this point, it's easy. They've done all the heavy lifting. At this point, it's just sit back and print money off of the labor of the best of the best. And those guys need to get paid. Why do we get mad at them? I don't understand.
And there's plenty to go around. That's where it's just crazy too. It's funny how like the fan base becomes protective of the owner's money, and then like you said, it's like extra, money off the top. It's icing on the cake that instead of like having a fully gold toilet on their yacht, they just gonna have a gold seat. I mean, that's where I just don't understand the fans in that aspect. But like really, I mean, you look at the Tyreek Hill. I think we both think the world of him and how special he is because of the crazy stuff he can do on the football field. You could make a case that A.J. Brown is the next best receiver in football, along with DK Metcalf and Deebo Samuel. That to me, that's my cup of tea as far as those kind of guys at wide receiver. You know that, Mike. I mean, because they can do system plus. They can do more than the system asks. It doesn't, I know it might not be quite the precise route running Devontae Adams does, but it doesn't matter because they make up it with a greater physical ability. And then they, can do so much after the catch. And that's where, a guy like A.J. Brown, man, I feel his pain. And he should be making somewhere in the $26, $27, $28 million a year average salary at the receiver position, in my opinion.
We'll see what they work out. If they work it out, they need to work it out. And we need collectively to understand that just because a guy is staying away from the first week of offseason programs does not mean the sky is falling. It does not mean he's not going to be there week one. It does not mean he is personally coming to your house and throwing eggs at you. Don't get mad at the player who is doing the thing that is aimed at taking care of himself, his family, and his future. If he was your son, if he was your brother, if he was your nephew, if he was your cousin, if he was your friend, if he was your next door neighbor, your attitude would be, do what you need to do. They have theirs, you get yours. Period. So, folks, let's just quit being assholes. I said it. Let's just stop it. Let's take a step back. We've become, to a certain extent, a nation of buttholes. I won't say it a second time. The first time it just kind of flew out. The filter, Chris and I are bad for each other or good for each other, as the case may be. But let's take a step back and, not give everybody a hard time because they're doing something that might in some tiny little way disrupt our overall enjoyment of our sport, maybe make us worry about whether or not our team's going to be as good as it can be. Let's understand that these guys need to get what they can get. This isn't college. This isn't high school. This is for profit with everybody making a ton of money. With the salary cap going up all the time. Anytime I see the hand-wringing about how much players are making, it's like, but the salary cap keeps going up. The salary cap keeps going up and up and up. So, yes, this will happen. There eventually will be a quarterback making $100 million a year. Yes, that will happen. And when there's a quarterback making $100 million a year, there's going to be an owner making $1 billion a year. And there's going to be other players making ridiculous amounts of money. It happens. That's the way it works in a popular sport that grows every year, that is finding all these new revenue streams, that is getting so much money from gambling. They expect to get $1 billion a year in free money from gambling by the end of the decade. It is going to cause, it's the most popular sport in the country by far. It's the one thing that can pull together 20 to 30 million people at any given time to watch football or anything for 3 hours.
Right.
It is immensely powerful, and from that, the people involved will get paid. So don't get pissed off when they do.
I know. It's the greatest money machine sports league in the world, and not just in America. It's the world. It's nobody can compete with it. None of the soccer leagues, nothing. So there's plenty to go around, to your point. And it's what I tell people all the time, because I always have people come up to to me and have these conversations, like when I'm at the gym, I'm doing a workout or whatever, and there's always something like this.
Another reason to never leave the house.
Yeah, but I'm always dumbfounded by it, and then the one thing I always try to explain to them is exactly what you're saying. It's just, hey, the owners made it like this first. They made it this business and this cutthroat. And of course, hey, it's the game, and I know it's agreed on by both sides, but you can't be mad. And, I lead the examples you talk about all the time. Oh, you underperformed? Hey, we're going to rip up your contract. We're going to cut you. Oh, you overperformed? Oh, wait, hold on. Whoa, you want more money? Whoa, that's crazy. And then the fan base has backlash. I don't understand it. So, and A.J. Brown does everything right for that team, and you could see he's a real team guy. Think about what he did last offseason, begging for Julio Jones to come there, a guy that's going to take some of his catches, but he knows the team's going to be better. I mean, he's everything, like Mike Vrabel said last week, that you want in your locker room. So they want to pay him. So why wouldn't the fans want to back the coaches and go, if they want to pay him, then I should want to pay him too?
There's a hell of a case study to be done on how that came to be. Did it just happen organically? How complicit was the media in creating this resentment of players? It's something that's been going on for a very long time, and we'll see how it goes. But our role, our task, our mission in these situations is to get people to understand these guys got to get paid. They're the ones that are out there putting their bodies on the line, limiting the years they can play football, accepting risks that may affect them later in life in a cognitive way. And they're the reasons we're tuning in, to watch them play at their level, with their skill, and all the work they put in to maintain and achieve that level of skill. It's not just God-given ability. It's what the individual does to get the absolute most out of it. You don't roll out of bed. You got to put the work in. All right.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.